Hello guys, in this video I'm going to configure in DHCP settings of checkpoint firewall. So before that I want to explain about what is DHCP and how does it work. Guys, if you are configuring the IP address settings of any device, you have two options. So you can configure those IP address settings by manually. So when you configure in the manually, it's very tough if you have more device, right? So in your environment, if you have 100 to 1000 device, then configuring one by one is very difficult. Okay, so that's why we have a other option, that means automatic IP address assigning. So for that kind of a thing, you require DHCP servers in your network. So if you have the DHCP server and if you are enabling the automatic IP configuration, then you will receive IP address settings from that particular DHCP server. So if you are enabling this DHCP settings here, then so this will send DHCP broadcast message to each and every available DHCP server. So if it is receive that particular DHCP message from the device, then what this DHCP server is doing, and it will send DHCP open message to this particular device. So under that open message, so it containing the IP address settings plus subnet mask, default gateway, domain name settings, the other configurations as well. Okay, that is the thing you need to consider. So once it will receive the IP address device from this DHCP server, so it can able to communicate with other device on the network. Also it can reach the internet as well. Okay, so let's go to configuring these DHCP settings of checkpoint firewall. So guys, in the last video I have explained our network diagram. So we have couple of networks now. So we have 192.168.2 range, that is our LAN range, and then again we have 192.168.10 range as a server. Okay, so my objective is configuring the DHCP settings inside this LAN network. Okay, so that for that thing, so I need to go to the checkpoint firewall. So I need to log in as an admin here. Okay, so my LAN interface is LAN 1. So I need to enable the DHCP settings of checkpoint firewall for that interface. So let me go to the device here, then you will see that a network configuration here. So you can configure the internet settings under this network, and then you can go to the local network. Then you will see that different internal ports available in this checkpoint firewall. So we have configured this DNZ, and then we have configured this LAN 1 also. So my objective is to enable the DHCP settings of this LAN 1 port. Then all the connected devices to this LAN 1 interface will receive the IP address from this LAN 1 interface. Okay, so for that setup, so you need to highlight this port, then you need to go to the edit settings. So once you go to the edit LAN 1 interface, then you will see the interface configuration here. So interface configuration is 192.168.2.254, and subnet mask is class 3 address 255.255.255.0. Then if you go down below, you will see that DHCP version post server here. So you can see that current status is disabled. So when you configure in the first configuration wizard, so you can enable the DHCP for this LAN 1 interface as well. So hope you remember guys, I have disabled on that particular moment when I configure in the first configuration wizard. Now I'm going to enable DHCP version power settings here. So you can see so disabled, relay, and enable options there. So I will later I will discuss about this relay thing. Okay, so I'm enabling this DHCP version post server. So then you have options to select the IP address address range. So my network is 192.168.2.0/24. That means so I have addresses from 2.1 to 254. Okay, 192.168.2.12, 192.168.2.254. So there are those IP address range for my particular network. Okay, so I'm going to configure this DHCP settings from 192.168.2.100 to 2.200. Okay, so I will remain 192.168.2.1 to 2.99 and 2.201 to 2.254 I will not assign to this DHCP settings. So that is that IP range I will keep remains as a static IP address. I will only configure 2.100 to 2.200. Okay, so let me configure that thing here. So 192.168.2.100, that is the starting IP for my DHCP server. So I will put here 192.168.200. Okay, that's mean only 100 IP address in the DHCP pool. You know, if you enable the DHCP on that means automatic IP configuration on your PC, then you will receive the IP address from this particular range. Okay, and then you have options also IP address exclude range. That's mean so inside this you know range you can exclude few IP addresses. So I'm going to exclude 192.168.2.100 to 192.168.2.1110. 10 IP addresses I'll exclude from this particular range. Okay, so then the starting IP will be 2.1111 to 11. Then you can have the IP addresses from 2.1111 to 2.200. Okay, then let me go to this DHCP version 4 settings again here. So under this, so I can configure the DNS server settings and the default gateway and Win server and lease time and other settings as well. Okay, then you have options to configure the DHCP options as well. Okay, so I'm going to configure I'm not going to configure right now DHCP server settings and the default gateway, so I will keep that thing as a default. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply these settings now. So once I can apply those settings, so this machine is from 192.168.2 range. Okay, so let me go to CMD and I'll hit this ipconfig / renew. Okay, then that will renew the IP address configuration of this particular machine. Okay, so if I go to these machines again, change adapter settings, so let me go to the property settings. So if I go to the TCP IP configuration of this particular machines, you see that obtain IP address automatically is I have selected. Also I have selected the obtain DNS server address automatically. So this is required to if you required IP address from DHCP server, you need to put this obtain an IP address automatically, and if you required the DNS servers from DHCP server, you required to put obtain DNS server address automatically. So guys, if you require DNS settings for manually, then you can use this one and you can enter manually DNS settings here. Okay, so let me configure this one, obtain DNS server automatically option. Click me OK. Okay, then if I go to this ipconfig / all settings, then so let me go to this Ethernet adapter Ethernet 0, then you will see that I will get the IP address from 192.168.2.116. okay, that is the range from here. Okay, so if I edit this interface settings, you will see that so I'm getting this IP addresses from 2.100 to 2.200. also I have excluded 10 IP addresses from here. Then so you will see that I'm getting 2.116. that's mean the after this one on 10 I will get IP address from that pool. Okay, and again if you go to here, you will see that the lease obtain time. Okay, so you can see it's 4 hours here, and also you will see the subnet mask details, and default gateway is 2.254, that is the interface IP address, and also DHCP server is 192.168.2.254, that is the checkpoint firewall, so that's the LAN interface. Okay, so you will see that DNS server is also the checkpoint firewall 192.168.2.254. okay, So that's mean, so we are getting IP addresses from checkpoint firewall. We have successfully configured this DHCP server. Okay, so let me again power on this account PC also. So if I go to here, you will see that both this VMnet 4 is configured here. Then if I go to the checkpoint firewall, so you will see that LAN interface, that means network adapter 3 is connected to VMnet 4. And also if I go to the account PC here, so let me configure network adapter to VMnet 4 here. Then the virtual switch is connected to LAN 1. Okay, then this PC also get the IP addresses from the checkpoint firewall. So let me go to again this PC here. So I'm slightly changed few settings of DHCP settings. So let me go to again this LAN on interface, edit settings. So I'm going to go DHCP version 4 settings, and this time under here, okay, DNS server settings, I'm going to use the following IP addresses. Okay, so instead of first DNS server, I'm using 1.1.1.1, and the second DNS server I'm using 888, and then third DNS server I'm using 884 and 4. Okay, and let me click apply again. Okay, you will see that DNS servers is early option is 192.168.2.254, and I'm going to renew again. Then this will get the IP addresses from again. Okay, let me ipconfig/all command on the CMD. Then you will see that the DNS servers is changed according to our new configurations. So 11111 is set, and then second is 8888, and then you will see the third one is 8844. So that's mean DHCP settings are configured according to our new configuration. So if I ping here, you will see that we are able to reach internet, and let me check the DNS here. Okay, so you will set that default server is 11111, and you can see, so we are receiving the DNS request also. Okay, so let me go to again here account PC. Okay, so this is account PC, so let me maximize this PC settings. Okay, so let me go to network settings of this device. Okay, so let me go to run CMD. Let me click ipconfig here /all command. So you will see that, so you will get IP address from that DHCP. You can see 192.168.2.117. so we are receiving another IP address from that particular pool. Okay, and again you can see the default gateway DHCP server is 2.254, that's a checkpoint firewall, and also so we are receiving the DNS settings from the checkpoint firewall also. That's how to enable the DHCP settings. So if I go to the checkpoint firewall again here, so let me go to this ITPC. Okay, so if I go to log and monitoring under system log, so you will see that DHCP request and DHCP open messages and DHCP acknowledgement messages also. Okay, so you can see DHCP request for 192.168.2.117. okay, and then you can see the DHCP OPER 2.117, and then that machines will be communicating with DHCP acknowledge as well. Okay, so that's how actually the DHCP informations you can see under logs and monitoring system logs. So you can see the all the DHCP informations from here. That mean DHCP request and open message and acknowledge message you can see under this location. Okay, and let me go to again device, local network, LAN 1. Okay, then you will see that if I go to the DHCP version 4 settings, so you can change the default gateway also. That for example, suppose if I have different default gateway address, so you can use this following address method, and you can hit for example 10 10 10. Okay, this is only example. Suppose if you have a different default gateway you require to set through the DHCP, you can achieve that thing. Okay, so let me configure that thing also here. And let me configure the IP config renew settings again. And you can see the default gateway is now is from the different. Okay, so that's how to configure that thing also. So let me go to again and change it to back. Okay, so I'm using use this gateway IP address as the default gateway. Okay, that's mean it will use the interface IP address if you use the default option. Then you have options to select the WINS. That means WINS means, so that is actually it's legacy option. Okay, so generally you don't require this WINS service to enable. So WINS means the Windows Internet Name Service. It's a legacy computer name registration and resolution service that maps computer net BIOS names to IP addresses. This is something like DNS. Okay, so before that DNS, it has this WINS, that means Windows Internet Name Service. So Win service maintain database of net BIOS names to IP address mapping of Win's client on the network, and we speed up the net BIOS names resolution by eliminating broadcast. This is similar to DNS. So but generally nowadays we are not using this WINS service, so it has that options as well if you have the WNS, if you require the WNS settings. And then again, DHCP options means it's additional configuration parameters so provided by the DHCP server to the DHCP client. So you can actually customize using these DHCP options. If you required, then you can use these DHCP options. So these options appear as a variable length fields at the end of the DHCP messages and that DHCP servers and client exchange. So one example is for the DHCP option is DHCP options 3 is used to list the available routers in the network of the client. And again, so option 6 is used to list the available DNS servers. Likewise, so you can add DHCP options choosing the checkpoint firewall also if you require. So if I go to here, okay, so let me go to this ITPC again.